Hello everyone. Today we will going to talk about Turkey's drone diplomacy. In our today's discussions, we will going to discuss how Turkey is using their drone to influence the countries diplomatically. You know, Turkey is famous for its diverse set of both Oriental and European elements, from traditional Turkish tea to the majestic Hagia Sophia. But in today's time, Turkey is being known to the world as drone capital. We all know Ankara is going through chronic economical crisis due to its lira's fault, and Turkey is also in FATF grey list. But despite of having economical crisis, Ankara has tremendously increased its investment to support the domestic arms industry, especially drone industry, because drones are quickly becoming weapons of choice for many states and non-states actors. Because these things are relatively cheap and easy to use, also proven to be very effective in offensive and defensive operations. Turkish drones are dramatically dominating the skies from Syria, Libya, Iraq, Nagorno Karabakh to Ukraine. So from our initial discussion, we have reached our first question, and that is why Turkey is promoting its drone industry. As you know, the weapons are very expensive to buy. So to buy weapons from other countries, Turkey have to spend this forex. And we know Turkey's economy is in dilapidated condition. Turkey cannot use its forex to buy weapon right now. They have to save their forex to buy the essential goods for the country's people. So this is a necessary avoidance. Turkey usually imports weapons from Russia and the United States and other European Union countries. Turkey is trying to reduce its dependence on American and Russian weapons. By reducing weapon imports from other countries, they are trying to make themselves reliant on weapon manufacturing. And drone is one of the key sectors in which they are investing heavily. Apart from that, this development has been a logical consequence of President Erdogan's ambitions to reposition Turkey on global map. Turkey used to be the linker nations between three continents, Asia, Africa and Europe. And Erdogan's dreams is making Turkey as an important linker the way they used to be in 12th to 18th century. This dream is making Turkey very ambitious. That's why Turkey is involving in different conflicts in different continents, from northern Iraq, Syria to Libya, then Ukraine. In all those conflicts, their drones were used, especially Bayraktar TB2 drone, which Turkey claimed to be their signature weapon. Turkey has set some gruesome examples using their drones. Now I would like to tell you those examples in which Turkey used their drones. The significant example they set in Libya, Syria, Iraq, Nagorno Karabakh and Ukraine. Turkey's drones were single-handedly responsible for dramatic shift in Libyan conflict in April 2020. In the last 10 days, the forces loyal to government of National Accord used Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 drones to halt Field Marshal Khalifa Haftar assault on Tripoli. The drones obliterated Haftar Russian-made air defense system and drove his forces out of Tripoli's neighborhood. In the same way, Azerbaijan pushed Armenian army out of Nagorno Karabakh. This is the first war in the history of modern warfare that has been won almost entirely on the strength of drone warfare. Because of Azerbaijan's tactical use of drone cost Armenia 185 tanks, 45 armored fighting vehicles, 44 infantry fighting vehicles, 147 towed artillery guns, 19 self-propelled artillery, 72 barrel rocket launcher, 12 radars and several human lives. Azerbaijan's loss were only 1/6 of this. In Syria, the Bayraktar TB2 wreaked havoc among Islamic State's extremist terrorists. The Ukraine is also using Bayraktar TB2 drone to eliminate the Russian artillery and guns. The Ukraine has become successful in doing so. But Bayraktar was also used for the wrong reasons, because selling drones is not like selling other products or other weapons. Drones are made to kill. Exporting drones to crisis-ridden countries is therefore basically giving the acquirer the permissions to kill. Kill fast and ruthlessly from distance. Ethiopia has done so. Ethiopia has used Bayraktar TB2 drones to kill the Tigray leaders, but it also killed the peoples of Tigray regions. Because of that, even Turkey drew sharp criticism from other NATO countries, because Turkey is a NATO member since February 18, 1952. Not only Ethiopia, Turkey itself used these drones to eliminate its own Kurdish populations and Kurdish population in Iraq and Syria. Turkey continued to use these weapons as anti-PKK operation in eastern side of Turkey. PKK is a Kurdish organization. It is popularly known as Kurdish Workers' Party. Turkey recognizes it as a terrorist organization and its members as terrorists. So these are the wrongdoings Turkey's drones are doing all across the Middle East. Now we have reached our main discussion point, which is how Turkey is using drones to do drone diplomacy. Previously I gave you some example. From those examples you are quite aware that how they are using it. As you know, Turkey's drones military capabilities are excellent. During the last 10 years, the export of the Turkish weapons have been directly linked to the country's economical rise, as well as political maneuvering. This sales has led to the coining of a new term called drone diplomacy. The drones have been a major asset for Ankara in the aggressive and expansionist foreign policy. Turkey has showcased the capabilities of its indigenous drones on the battlefield with the high-impact propaganda videos. These systems have helped Turkey to escape years from regional isolations. In reality, Turkey have been isolated from its own NATO member countries because of its bad humanitarian records and its Russian relations. But drone diplomacy helped Turkey to strengthen its existing partnership and created new ones. The countries are buying Turkish drones because they are very cheap and effective. A TB2 drone costs roughly $5 million only, compared to $20 million for an American-built MQ-9 Reaper and $28 million for an advanced US-made protector RGMK-1. RGMK-1 will come into service with the British Royal Force. Unlike the other low-cost model, such as the China's Wing Lung, the Turkish drones provide most of the capabilities of Western ones at a fraction of the price. So unsurprisingly, Turkey has gained a prominent role in a sector previously dominated by United States, Israel and China. The list of countries operating Turkish-made drones has quickly grown to 9, while 16 more, including NATO members such as Poland, Latvia, even the United Kingdom has placed order with Byraktar Industries, those who are making Byraktar drones. This has boosted the Turkish defense industry and the crisis-ridden economy. So far, the drones are accounted for at least 700 million in sales by the Turkish defense companies. Also, Turkey total defense export reached to an handsome value of $3.2 billion, which is excellent for its economy. The economic benefit of the Turkish domestic-made drone has particularly compensated its questionable decisions to acquire the S-400 air defense system from Russia in 2019. Because of that decision, Ankara was excluded from the US-led F-35 fighter program. That S-400 decision also cost them huge economical losses and a long-term capabilities gap for the Turkish Air Force. Turkey has also invited ban from USA under Katsa Act. Indeed, the quarrel over the F-35 galvanized the Turkey in the development of the more advanced drone system, securing its position in the sectors for the years to come. Drone diplomacy often leads to lucrative, long-term partnership built on the provisions of peer spurs, munitions, training and the other technical assistance. The burgeoning military partnership between the Turkey and the Ukraine exemplifies this. Turkey is now buying Ukrainian engines. These two states are closely cooperating on research and development. Turkey has also bought Hornet carrier system for the firing of its rockets from the Byraktar drone. This carrier system was supplied by EDO MBM, which is a British defense firm. After all this discussion, you may have some questions in your mind that what Byraktar drone is all about, which organizations is making it, is there any link between these organizations and Turkey's president? First, we will going to discuss what Byraktar drone is all about. The Byraktar UAV is a family of unmanned aerial vehicle designed and manufactured by Turkish company Baykar. They are developing the drones for the Turkish armed forces from 2004 until now. They have developed some models which are only designed for surveillance and reconnaissance, but others are capable of tactical ground strikes. Byraktar is among them. In Turkey, Byraktar means flag bearer. Byraktar first developed the Byraktar TB1. Later they developed Byraktar TB2. Byraktar TB2 conducted its maiden flight in August 2014. On December 18, 2015, they test missiles from this platform. The Byraktar carries small micro-munitions along with TUBI-TAK Sage Bozok laser-guided bombs. These organizations is also developing high altitude long endurance Bayraktar Akichi drones and ship deck based Bayraktar TB3 drones. Because these companies is doing the future work, they are influencing the other countries to buy these weapons from them. And because these kinds of weapons are very much not available in the world market, in the world weapon market. Now it is the time for the today's catchy questions. Whether Bayraktar and the Turkish president has any relationship? Yes, absolutely have. Otherwise I would not discuss this. Turkey is not a true democracy, so the state leaders will always have the stakes in doing business with privately owned defense companies. But in Turkey, that business has made a family affair. Recently, the latest extensions of the Erdogan's clans is the marriage between the president's daughter and the Selcuk Byraktar. Selcuk Byraktar is the head of the drone development program of the Byraktar drone in Baykar. It is not an conditional love, rather an arranged demonstrations of loyalty. Turkish president is also in state of paranoia since failed coup attempt in 2016. At the time, part of military seized control of several bridges in Istanbul, while important government officials were besieged, and Turkish fighter jets bombed the presidential palace. For the president, it is therefore the utmost importance to secure the loyalty of rising arms manufacturing to its regime. This might also explain why Erdogan risked the procurement of American F-35 by buying S-400 from Russia. He is simply afraid of military coup, and also concluded that Russian missiles are the best to shoot down the US manufactured jets if his national army turned to him again. As we are seeing that the drone technology is no longer belongs to America right now. Some other countries are developing sophisticated drone technologies. Countries like Turkey, Iran, India, Israel, China are all developing armed drones. So in my view, the Middle East, Asia and Africa is experiencing seismic shifts in this geopolitics. The dawn of era of drones is here. The drones are going into the hands of non-state actors. Recently, the example is Houthi drone attack in UAE and the Saudi Arabia's refineries, oil refineries, caused the ripple across the Middle East. In this scenario, Turkey is emerging as a drone superpower. American hegemony in developing this sophisticated weapon has come to an end. The world have to take the cautious move to avoid any kind of conflict in this modern drone environment. And we also avoid any kind of conflict because we have the nuclear weapons. Some of the countries, the world most powerful countries have the nuclear weapons. If any kinds of war or any kind of skirmish will break out, then there is a possibility of having the nuclear war. So now we have reached our questions. The first question is, what are the large group of asteroids that share the Jupiter's orbit around the sun, commonly called as? First option is Trojan Asteroid, second is Dragon Asteroid, third is Migrant Asteroids, fourth is Queen Asteroid. So to come into the answer, I have give you an hints in the form of a pictures. If you want to use these pictures to get your answer, then you can use it. And absolutely this answer have an analogy with this picture. The second question, which is the first private company to develop and test fire a rocket engine in India? This is an Indian company I am talking about. The first option is Dhruvo Space, second option is Team Indus, third option is Skyroot Aerospace, fourth option is Agnikul. So I am also giving you a picture. So I think this might not help you, but it can help you if you go to the Google. But if you want to give the answers of your own, then it might not help you. So this is the end of the topic. So if you want to subscribe or found out this is an very attractive and the topic which will give you the informations about the other things and the things which are going on around the world, then you please subscribe. And this is the end. If you want to contact me, you can use my email address, which is tuhin.power.academy@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support.